Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
Sometimes when you create a table, you end up needing to insert more rows or columns to accommodate data you had not initially anticipated. Luckily, inserting new rows and columns is quite easy, and there are a couple of options you have for how to complete the task. However, the first thing you're going to need to know is how to select the different parts of the table. Let's start with cells. To select a cell, click into the cell, then click Table in the menu bar, roll over Select, and click Cell. To select multiple adjacent cells, simply click and drag over the cells that you need to select. To select multiple non-adjacent cells, for example, the top left cell, then the bottom cell in the next column over, and the top cell in the next column over, select your first cell. Remember, you click inside the cell, click Table, roll over Select, and click Cell. Then, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard while you click the other cells you need to select. Once you've selected all the necessary cells, you can release the Shift key. To deselect your cells, simply click any other cell. Now let's take a look at columns. One way to select a column is to click anywhere inside the desired column, then click Table, roll over Select, and click Column. Another way is to roll your mouse over the top edge of the column until it turns into a downward pointing arrow. When this happens, simply give it a click and you'll select the column. To select multiple adjacent columns, use the second method that we just showed you with the small downward pointing arrow, and then click and drag over the columns you need. To select multiple non-adjacent columns, click the first column that you need, then hold down the Control key while you select your other columns. Again, to deselect any columns, just click one of the cells that's not selected. Now let's take a look at selecting rows. Like columns, you can click into the row that you want to select, click Table, roll over Select, and then click Row. You could also roll your mouse over the left edge of one of your rows until you get a small rightward pointing arrow. When you have this, give your mouse a click and you'll select that row. Again, for multiple adjacent columns, select the first desired row and click and drag over the others. And for multiple non-adjacent, select the first desired row, hold the Control key, and select the next desired row. Once again, click any deselected cell to deselect the rest of the cells. To select the entire table, simply click anywhere inside the table, click Table in the menu bar, roll over Select, and click Table. Now let's take a look at actually inserting columns and rows. One way to do this is to use the Tables Toolbar. If this toolbar is not yet displayed, you can click View in the menu bar, roll over Toolbars, and then click Tables. When you insert columns and rows, columns are automatically inserted to the left of the selected cell, and rows are automatically inserted above the selected cell. So, if you need to insert a column, click into a cell to the immediate right of the position that you need the new column, and then click the Insert Column button on the Tables toolbar. If you need to insert a row, click immediately beneath the area you need your new row, and click the Insert Rows button in the Tables toolbar. Another way to insert rows and columns is to use the menu bar. To do this, click into the desired cell, then click Table, Insert, and select Rows or Columns. Then, in the Insert Rows or Columns dialog box, select whether you'd want to insert rows or columns. Then, select a number of rows or columns from the spinner box just below, and a location, either left of your selection or right. When you're finished, click OK. If you insert rows and columns unintentionally, or simply need to remove a row or column, deleting rows, columns, and cells is pretty simple. To do this, select the cells, rows, or columns that you want to delete from the table, and then click Table in the menu bar, and then click either Delete Rows, Delete Columns, or Delete Cells, whatever the menu command happens to say for whatever you've selected in your table. For this example, I selected 4 columns, so the command says Delete Columns. You can also use the Tables toolbar to do this. Again, select the cells, rows, or columns you'd like to delete, and then click the Delete Cells button.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.